Unfortunately, Lord Hamlet is more interested in her needlework than in her.
Love requited, the female is lighted, something for everyone, a tragedy tonight.
And now we have Hamlet's best friend, Horatio, who follows the prince to trip music.
Something dramatic, something erotic, something for everyone, a tragedy tonight.
And so the play begins, and cursed be he who first cries, cold enough.
Our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and let us be fitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet, thus far hath discretion fought with nature, to speak to Hamlet upon the manner of his grief and bearing towards the members of our court.
Is he not saddened by his loss, my liege?
Why, look for thyself.
Hello, Mother.
Hamlet, it is heavy in our hearts that you will not bear the grief of your father's death as a prince, but rather sport and play and mess around when he lies but 2 months dead in dusty earth.
2 months is 2 months. After all, I sat around those smelly black clothes for a whole week before I finally changed.
'Twas not enough.
You mean I was supposed to sit around and cry all day long?
Exactly, cry. Clear skies are gonna cloud up, put on a tragic face. Disasters will surely show up, put on a tragic face. Think of all the things that Romeo had to go through. And before the play was over, Juliet did too. Every Shakespearean critic knows that one ancient song, that a hero's always better if he's got but one tragic flaw. Humor will never a good murder replace, so put on a tragic face.
Prostrate, dear. Whatever. I feel as though terrible and disastrous calamities were about to befall this efficacious form. A million gales and hurricanes will blow and rack against my gentle frame, and this good earth will not my shouts withhold. Oh, something truly horrible approaches me.
Hello, Hamlet?
I was right! Hamlet, not Hamlet. You made me sound like an egg special.
How does your lordship this morning?
I feel a little chilly. Perhaps I better repair to yonder room.
Perhaps it is time to disband the court, my dear Gertrude.
What? Oh, yes, I think so.
By the way, Ophelia, where is thine father, Polonius?
I thought he was over there. Yeah, he's still over there.
Cloud Edgar.
I'm afraid so.
Mark my words, you'll regret hanging around those heiresses someday.
It seems we are alone, my lord.
We are. Yes, we are. Well, I do have some business to attend to. Princely chores, you know.
Do you dislike me, your highness?
Dislike? No. A little distaste, perhaps. Not dislike. Besides, I really do have some business to attend to.
What business, my lord?
What business?
The Honorable Horatio and Marcellus.
The Honorable Horatio and Marcellus. I mean, they're the people I have to talk to.
Then I shall withdraw. But I will be looking for you, my lord.
All right. You can usually find me swimming in the moat, the deep end, the undertow. Horatio, what brings you here at this time of day? I never wake these before the cock crows thrice.
Bring your friend, Marcellus.
2 nights ago, in the dead fast in the middle of the night, a figure like thy father appeared before us. It was the ghost of the dead king, from thy father's tomb, untimely ripped. So what? Ghosts are a dime a dozen around here.
Yes, but listen to what he said.
Thy father came to us, and in the night he raised his hand to beckon us closer. Why did he ask you to draw near? Really, hold on. He drew us closer still, and raised his hand once more until we were closest yet. And then, once more he beckoned, and I approached until it was not more than 1 fly's length away. What do you say? What do you say? crimes and not be doomed in the castle. He charged many things and spoke many evils. The last words he said as the evening faded into dawn were, "The king is to blame, the king is to blame." Crimes? What crimes? He did not say, my lord. And we must find out. Tonight I will stand watch with you on the walls. We shall speak to my father again.
What makes you so sure to be back?
Simple. Have you ever heard of a ghost that doesn't want to play the palace? Frightened? Why, I'll walk right up to my father, prop my hand, come with a swell fellow.
However you wish. But remember, it must be done, and done soon.
Man, what am I supposed to do? I have trod these stones all night long before, but the corpses always stayed where they belonged before. All at once I start, feeling faint at heart, knowing I've seen a ghost in the dark. Now my duty's clear, through my tears of grief, got to carve a bunko claw just like a hunk of beef. But it's all for Dad, he'll be awfully glad as he walks all alone through the dark. Tears of grief, got to carve a bunko claw just like a hunk of beef. But it's all for Dad, he'll be awfully glad as he walks all alone through the dark.
Hamlet's father reveals all the truth about Claudius. He killed his brother, Hamlet's father, and right away married Gertrude, Hamlet's mother. Once aware of this startling reality, Hamlet resolved to act mad and make sure that the ghost words are true. And once he is certain, he seeks for a chance to kill his uncle for revenge. Meanwhile, Claudius, who is scared to death of his nephew, succeeds in persuading Laertes to fight Hamlet in a fencing match. Laertes is another young man, pursuing revenge for his father and sister. When he returned from a trip, Laertes found that Hamlet had assassinated his father, Polonius, and that his sister had become crazy and committed suicide because Hamlet mistreated her. During the planning of the conspiracy, the king advises Laertes to use an unbaited sword, and Laertes responds by saying that he will also poison it, so he can make sure Hamlet dies. Finally, Claudius proposes to poison Hamlet's drink as well, just in case Laertes fails to wound him, or in case anyone notices their intention of killing the prince.
What I have done, that my true nature, honor, or exception roughly awakes, I here proclaim was madness. Was it Hamlet wrong, Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be taken away, and when he's not himself does wrong, Laertes, who does it then? His madness. If it be so, Hamlet is of the faction that is wrong. His madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. And if thou hast understood this, thou art far smarter than thou knowest.
In answer to the third exchange, let all the battlements or ordnance fired. The king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath.
It is east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair son, and kill the envious wound who is only sick and very weak. That thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since he is envious. For Vestel lies needs but sick and green, and none but fools can wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love, and that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer. am too old. It's not to me she speaks. I need. Oh, Romeo.
Oberon would have the child, knight of his strength to trace the forest's wild. But she perforce withholds the love boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or starlight sheen. But they do swear that all the roles for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
You can mistake your shape as Sarah, depends. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Very rash wanton, and that I love lord.
Then I must be thy lady. And I know that I have stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and bursting love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here come from the farthest deep of India?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing that I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brooks, or in the beached margent of the sea to dance our ringlets to the whistling winds, where with our balls a hast of starbrush sport, and therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling over the land with every pouting river made so proud that it overborne their consonants.
Her son, disguised as a musician who is in love with Yum. Katisha, the ugly old bat who thinks she is engaged to Nanki Poo. Yum, the lovely young girl who is engaged to Coco but wants to marry Nanki Poo. Pity Sing, Yum's sister. Coco, the Lord High Executioner who couldn't hurt a fly. Pooh, the Lord High everything else, who will say anything for a small bribe. And of course, the Mikado himself. But we'll save that for later. Our scene begins as the Mikado, or Emperor of Japan, enters the town of Titipu with his followers. The Mikado has really come to look for his missing son, but Coco, the Lord High Executioner of Titipu, thinks the Emperor has come because he is angry that no executions had been performed in Titupu for over a year. Coco, who is desperate to execute someone, happily discovers that Nanki-Poo is preparing to hang himself. Nanki-Poo tells Coco that he is really the son of the Mikado in disguise, and recounts the following story. Some years ago, I had the misfortune to captivate Katisha, an elderly lady of my father's court. She mistook my customary friendliness and claimed marriage under my father's law. That night, I fled from his court and assumed the disguise of a musician. Nanki-Poo wants to hang himself now because his beloved Yum Yum is about to marry Coco, her guardian. Nanki-Poo yields to the suggestion that it would be nobler to let Coco execute him rather than to commit suicide. He makes one condition, however. Coco must let him marry Yum Yum and live with her for a month before his execution. Coco agrees to this, but when she sees the young couple embrace, he reminds them that the widow of a married man must be buried alive under the Mikado's law. Yum Yum is understandably reluctant to carry through with the marriage under these dreadful circumstances. Coco is too squeamish to really kill anybody, and decides to bribe Pooh-Bah, the Lord High, everything else, to sign an affidavit certifying that Nanki-Poo is dead. He tells Nanki-Poo and Yum Yum to get married and get lost. If the Mikado finds you alive, I shall have the greatest difficulty in persuading him that I have beheaded you. The young couple depart, and just in time, for here comes, ladies and gentlemen, the Mikado.
Your Majesty, your wishes have been attended to. The execution has taken place.
Oh, you've had an execution, have you?
The coroner has just handed me the death certificate.
I am the coroner.
And a tough fellow he was, too. It was a most remarkable scene.
Describe it.
Heaven will cry as they knocked him down in a state of wine. Fearful, frightful, frantic frown, they bare the big right arms. They grabbed him by his little pigtail, and on his knees fell he. And he squirmed and struggled and gurgled and goggled, and drooled the shriek that shrieketh he. From its sheath and he drew the snicker's knee.
Had he any reason to be dissatisfied with his position?
None whatever. On the contrary, I was going to marry him, yet he fled.
I'm surprised he would have fled from one so lovely.
That's not true.
No.
You think I am not beautiful because my face is unattractive.
It is.
But I have a left shoulder blade that is a miracle of loveliness. People come miles just to see it. And my right elbow has a fascination few can resist.
Allow me. And that you fled.
And is now in this town, disguised as a musician. He goes by the name of...
Nanki-Poo.
Nanki-Poo!
Look, his name, Nanki-Poo. Beheaded this morning. Oh, where shall I find another?
Dear, my poor fellow, you have beheaded the heir to the throne of Japan.
I beg to offer an unqualified apology.
And I'd like to associate myself with sincere regret.
I assure you, we hadn't the least notion.
Of course you hadn't. How could you? Psst. What is the punishment for causing the death of the heir apparent?
Punishment.
Yes, something lingering with boiling oil in it, I fancy. Would after lunch suit you?
Oh, yes. We can wait until then, Your Majesty.
I don't want any lunch.
Come, Kajisha.
There's only one thing to be done. And like who has left it? He must come to life again at once. Here he comes. Major Bull, I have good news for you. You don't have to be executed anymore.
It's too late. I'm a dead man and I'm off on my honeymoon.
Nonsense. A terrible thing has happened. It seems you are the son of the Mikado.
Yes, that happened some time ago. Your father's here. With Katisha. My father! And with Katisha!
And he wants you particularly.
So does she.
Oh, but he's married now.
And what has that to do with it?
Katisha claims me in marriage, but I can't marry her because I'm married already. Consequently, she will insist on my execution. If I'm executed, my wife will have to be buried alive.
You see a difficulty.
There's only one way out of this. If you can convince Katisha to marry you.
I marry Katisha?
In that case, she would have no further claims on me, and I could come to life without fear of being put to death.
I really think it's the only goal.
My dear girl, have you seen her? She's something appalling.
Yes, but that is only her face. Why, she has a left elbow that people come from miles.
And I'm told she has a right heel that is much admired by
My dear sir, I decline to pin my heart upon any lady's right heel.
It comes to this. While Katisha is single, I prefer to be a disembodied spirit. But when Katisha is married, existence will be as welcome as the flowers of spring. The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, bring promise of merry sunshine. As we merrily dance and we sing, tra-la, we welcome the hope that they bring, tra-la, of a summer of roses and wine, a summer of roses and wine. And that's what we mean when we say that a thing is welcome as flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la, the flowers that bloom in the spring. Tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la.
The flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la, have nothing to do with the case. I've got to take under my wing, tra-la, a most unattractive old thing, tra-la, with a caricature of a face, with a caricature of a face. And that's what I mean when I say or I sing, oh, bother the flowers and bother the spring. Tra-la, 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 oh, bother the flowers of spring. Tra-la, 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 oh, bother the flowers of spring.
My soul is still my body's prisoner. Remote the peace that death alone can give. My doom to wait, my punishment to
The miscreant who robbed me of my love. But vengeance awaits. They are heating the cause.
Katisha, For years I've loved you with a white-hot passion that is slowly but surely consuming my very vitals. Ah, shrink not from me, darling.
You, whose hands still reek with the blood of my betrothed, dare to address words of passion to the woman you have most foully wronged.
I do. If you don't accept my love, I shall perish on the spot.
Go to. Who knows so well as I that no one ever yet died of a broken heart?
Ah, you know not what you say. Listen. On a tree by a river, a tiny trumpet sang willow, chip willow, chip willow. And I said to him, Dicky bird, why did you sit singing willow, chip willow, chip willow? Is it weakness of intellect, birdie? I cried, or a rather tough worm in a little inside? With a shake of his poor little head, he replied, oh, willow, chip willow, chip willow. Now I feel just as sure as I'm sure that my name isn't Willow, it's Willow, it's Willow. That was blanket affection that made him exclaim, oh, Willow, it's Willow, it's Willow. Then a sigh and a sob and a gurgle he gave as he plumped himself the billowy wave. And an echo arose from the suicide's grave. Oh, Willow, it will, it will. At once.
No, you mustn't. Anything but that. Oh, I am a silly little goose.
You are.
And you won't hate me if I'm just a little teeny wee bit bloodthirsty, will you?
Katisha, is there not beauty even in bloodthirstiness?
My idea exactly.
Of the game.
There's an elephant a-hoarding, and the lion is a-roaring, and the tiger is a-lashing of his tail.
Yes, I like to see a tiger from the Congo or the Niger, and especially when any new. Are you old enough to marry, do you think? Won't you wait until you're 80 in the shade? There's a fascination, friend, about a ruin that's romantic. You think you are sufficiently decayed.
On the matter that you mention, I have given some attention, and I think I am sufficiently decayed.
And this I'll sing, very down, very it's evident, very our tastes are one. Away we'll go and very on party, very will play.
And we're quite ready. Have the painful preparations been made?
Majesty, all is prepared.
Then produce the unfortunate prisoners.
Oh, mercy! Mercy for Coco! Mercy for Kitty Thing! Mercy even for Cuba!
I beg your pardon?
She said mercy even.
Mercy, your son Nanky-Poo, who was to have been my husband, is dead, and I have just married this
nothing could possibly be more satisfactory.